Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Yahweh's Rabbi TV, your #1 television station in the subregions. I'm your host, Marilyn Gediela Mensa, and today we have an exciting and enlightening conversation in store. We are honored to be joined by the prolific author, Nana Kojo Panin, the author of the groundbreaking book, The Sacred Crystal, Unlocking the Mystical Powers of Salt. Nana Kojo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Marilyn. It's a true pleasure to be here.
The pleasure is ours. Now, let's dive right in. Your book, The Sacred Crystal, is an intriguing title. What inspired you to write about salt, an element so often seen in our daily lives, yet often underestimated in its spiritual significance?
That's a great question, Marilyn. Salt, for me, has always been more than just a substance we use for cooking. Across history and different cultures, it has held deep spiritual significance. It's been used for protection, purification, and healing. As I delved into the research, I realized there's so much hidden power in salt, both in its natural form and in how it can be utilized in spiritual practices. I felt it was time to share this knowledge with others, especially those on a spiritual journey.
It's fascinating to think about salt in this way. You've touched on its historical and cultural significance. Can you share some of the key insights you discovered while researching for the book?
Absolutely. One of the most striking things I discovered is the universal reverence for salt across cultures. In ancient Egypt, for instance, it was used in rituals to purify and protect sacred spaces. In Christianity, salt symbolizes wisdom and preservation. In many African traditions, it's seen as a cleanser of negative energies. Salt's role in rituals of protection, grounding, and energy work is timeless, and I wanted to bring these practices to the modern spiritual seeker.
That's truly enlightening. In the book, you mention using salt for spiritual cleansing, protection, and healing. For someone who is just starting to explore spiritual practices, how can they begin to incorporate salt into their daily life?
Great question. For beginners, one of the simplest ways to start is through salt baths. Adding salt, whether Himalayan pink salt, sea salt, or even regular table salt, into your bathwater is a powerful way to cleanse your energy. The water and salt work together to detoxify the body and clear away negative energies. Another simple method is to place a small bowl of salt in the corners of your home to absorb stagnant or unwanted energy. These practices don't require any special tools or knowledge, making them perfect for newcomers.
It sounds so simple, yet so effective. In the book, you also discuss advanced techniques for energy work. Could you elaborate on one of those for our more experienced viewers?
Of course. For those with more experience in spiritual practices, I delve into creating salt grids. A salt grid involves arranging salt in a specific geometric pattern, often with added crystals or symbols, on the floor or an altar. The grid acts as a powerful energy tool, amplifying the healing or protective properties of the salt. When used with intention, salt grids can harmonize energy in a space, protect against negative forces, or even serve as a powerful tool for manifestation work.
That sounds like a profound technique. Now, salt is often seen as a tool for purification, but you also explore how it can be used for recharging energies. Can you explain how salt recharges our spiritual energy?
Yes, many people don't realize that salt can help recharge our energy as well as cleanse it. Just as salt draws out impurities from the body, it can also recharge our energy when we're feeling drained. One way to do this is by sitting quietly and holding a piece of salt in your hand, focusing on your breath and intent. The salt absorbs any residual negative energy and, at the same time, infuses you with its grounding properties. It's a beautiful way to reconnect with your energy and restore balance.
Incredible! It's amazing how such a simple element can have such profound effects. Lastly, Nana Kojo, what do you hope readers will take away from the sacred crystal?
I hope that readers will develop a deeper understanding of the sacred role salt plays in our lives, not just as a kitchen essential but as a spiritual tool for protection, healing, and balance. My wish is for people to incorporate salt into their spiritual practices and, in doing so, experience a deeper sense of connection to themselves and the world around them. Ultimately, I want the book to serve as a guide for those seeking to empower their lives through natural, accessible practices.
Thank you, Nana Kojo, for sharing your wisdom with us today. It's clear that the sacred crystal is much more than just a book. It's a journey into harnessing the mystical power of salt for personal and spiritual growth.
Thank you, Gadiela. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share this knowledge.
And thank you to all our viewers for tuning in. Be sure to check out The Sacred Crystal, Unlocking the Mystical Powers of Salt by Nana Kojo Panin. It's available soon, and I'm sure it will be a valuable addition to your spiritual toolkit. Until next time, stay grounded and stay empowered.